Hey everyone, this is Kendall Johnson. So this is going to be about an hour-long training video. There should be a part 2 and a part 3, but hopefully you're somebody who is interested in making money online and you were able to find this video. This video is not going to be sponsored or promoted, so you're just going to have to be fortunate enough to find this. And if you do, you're probably going to enjoy what I'm going to talk about, because I'm going to go back to my whole career of online marketing. I'm going to share with you all of the secrets and tips on how I started to make money, all my discoveries, the resources that I had that I use. Everything that I've done, I'm going to put it here into this video. Now, the good news is you don't have to sit through the entire video if you don't want to watch it. I'm going to put timestamps below in the description and in the comment section. So anything you see that's described there that you're interested in going directly to look at the information, you can skip that part of the video and get directly to whatever you want to watch. So let's get started. The first thing I want to say is that I am an affiliate marketer. I also have my own products, but I started off affiliate marketing, and I didn't want to do Clickbank. Clickbank is one of the most popular places where you can become an affiliate marketer because it's free to join and it doesn't cost you anything to participate. It only costs you your time, energy, and in some cases advertising money if you just decide to use paid advertising to promote those products. So after looking at Clickbank, I realized that a lot of people were doing it and there was just way too much competition. They also have like a money back guarantee on most of the products sold on Clickbank. So if you put a lot of effort into selling products for a whole month, for example, and you have like 10 or 15% of your customers decide they want a refund, you actually won't get paid any commissions on those sales, okay? So I said that's probably not going to work for me. If I'm going to sell something, it has to be something that if people want to buy it, there's no way they can just return it, because a lot of times people will buy something, they'll take all the information or they'll copy something and then they'll just return it because there's a money back guarantee, and basically there's a whole scam when it comes to returns. So that's why I didn't go with Clickbank. So what I decided to do was basically get into direct sales / network marketing, which basically means like programs where you can purchase an item and you can get the ability to resell that item to other people because they give you a license to do so. And in many cases, you can earn, if not 100% of the sale, the majority of the portion of the sale, right? The majority of the profit. So if something's like $300, you probably get to keep about $250 or $275 at that sale. So in this video, I'm going to walk through the different steps and the different things that I did when I first got started and how I got off the ground and started making money. And I'm going to try to show you some of those examples. And there's only really two things that I had combined to make this happen. The first thing was I had a website. So I basically had a product that I was selling. And then I had YouTube. I had a YouTube channel set up, and I'm going to show you how I did it. And like I said, you can watch any part of this video that you want. The rest just skip. The point is that for people that are really looking for this information, I'm putting this out there right now, and I'm going to be starting to give free coaching on this channel, because later the only coaching that I'm going to have that's paid coaching is going to cost $5,000, and that's going to be YouTube coaching and YouTube ads. We're going to be $5,000 coaching minimum. All right, so this is going to be a free series I do on my personal channel. So the first thing I want to say with network marketing, the good thing about network marketing that I learned early when I got started is that, you know, it's not about what you know, it's who you know. And that's a saying that some of you may have heard before, but it really is true, because when I got started, I had no connections, no contact. I didn't know anybody making money online. And it's not easy to meet people that are going to be willing to give you their tips and their information and share like their resources. So what I found was that I saw people that were really successful making money. They were showing their proof results and stuff like that on videos. So I kind of gravitated to some of those people as the ones who I was interested in learning from. So with that being said, you know, all the stuff that I learned how to do back in the days where I started doing all the different marketing things, which I'll talk about in this video, it was from other people who I became connected to, and I was networking, right? So I was in network marketing and I started networking with other people. Now, I didn't get my information for free. It did come at a price, but it was worth the price for me to learn. Like, for example, one of my sponsors, his name was David Wainwright, and he was making $10,000 a week at the time between solo ads and Craigslist and a couple other different SEO and Web 2.0 type of marketing techniques, which I'll talk about in this video. I paid him about $250 to join the program that he was doing at that time. And the reason why was he was providing training and support that he already put together on a website. And that was going to give you the information on how he was able to achieve all those results, right? So I got with David. He was one of my guys. I never spoke to him on the phone, maybe just once before I joined. But after I got the training website, I never needed to call him again. And there were a couple other people, like two other people. There was Matthias. We were in a program called Abunza, which was like a high ticket program starting at $500. He's the one who showed me how to get people to come to buy stuff from me with their credit card ready in hand to buy. That was an important thing I wanted to learn from him. And there's one other person, but I can't remember who it is right now or what the program was. But there were about 2 or 3 different people I chose to join in the program to have mentoring from them. So this way, if I needed to ask a question, they were willing to answer. And they also had training set up so that I literally just had to log on to a website and go through the training and learn about the different resources that they were using. All right. They may have had years of experience before me, and it was evident in their videos that they were getting results. And I pretty much wanted to jump right into the position that those guys were in. So it was a smart investment for me. Now, fast forward to today, July 2023, and I'm still networking because a lot of the people who are in these businesses, the ones who sign up with you, especially since you know the past of this channel, I was doing a lot of direct mail marketing. So I met someone who is into direct mail, has been doing so for a long time, and he connected me with a source that allows me to get free mailing. It allows me to mail flyers for free. It allows me to mail postcards for free. And I'm not going to show you or give you the details. I was actually considering doing that, but I figured if I tell you the story this way, I really don't have to show you the proof. But in one of my previous videos on this channel, I'm promoting a program called Mail Money Secrets. And there was a special offer that I was offering where if you joined the $1,000 level and did the upgrade, I was going to mail 1,000 flyers for you for free. Now, the reason why I was able to do that is because somebody gave me a resource where I can mail flyers for free. And so the point is, through the power of network marketing, I met someone that connected me with the source that has the ability to mail stuff for free. And that's just, that's just the nature of network marketing. You network with other people that hook you up, potentially at times, with information that can really help you advance in your career. And so I just wanted to share that because that's a recent thing. And I'm really grateful that that person helped me out with that information where I can mail flyers for free. So you won't be seeing that information here on the channel. But like I said, I offered a bonus to give people free mailing, and that's how I'm able to do it. It's already paid for. Okay, so now with that, let's go ahead and get started, and let's talk about where it all began. So here on YouTube, I mentioned this in the previous video, but YouTube is one of the best sites on the internet, and it's very, it's very fun to be on YouTube. There's so many different things that you can see on YouTube. And one of the things is that, you'll find out stuff here on YouTube that you never knew was possible. And you'll find out stuff here on YouTube that you want to learn from other people that can make your life better. And one of the examples I can give from that is that recently I saw a video last week about a motorcycle that runs on water. And I never heard about a motorcycle running on water. I know there are cars that run on water, and I know that that technology has been created, it's been tested and proven, but I didn't know they were doing that with motorcycles. So I just typed in here, motorcycle runs on water, and as you can see, the second result here says, the motorbike that runs with water exists. They all said it was impossible. So if you go watch that video, check it out. This is, this is one of those things that happens when you do your research, when you constantly learning and seeking information and connecting with other people that have insight to other things that you're just not well informed about. You can learn a lot of different things that you might be interested in learning how to do. And learning how to make money online was the first thing that I wanted to learn how to do. It's the whole reason why I bought a computer. So when I got here on YouTube, I started looking up how to make money online, and I saw a guy, his name is Johnny Gafour, and he had a video talking about how you can make money with videos. And he basically said what you do is you make a video reviewing a product or reviewing a service or a company or something like that. You make sure you get yourself affiliated where you can refer people to purchase the product that you're going to be doing the review about. And then you do a review on that product on the video, and then you tell the person that if they're interested in purchasing that product, they can go ahead and purchase it through the link that you're going to provide, your affiliate link, underneath your video in the description box. And when I first saw that, and I looked at how many thousands of people were watching videos that had affiliate links in them, it pretty much clicked right there, and I said, this is something that I can do, it's something I need to try. So yes, video marketing was the first place that I actually learned to make money, and on YouTube, of course, that's the best place. In those days, it was the best place to do so. I believe it still is. There are other video websites now, but YouTube is still one of the best because people actually come here and type in what it is they're searching for. And a lot of times people are looking for stuff because they want to make a purchase. So with YouTube, what I did was I was looking up ways to make money, and I found a program called Easy 20 Now. So I'm going to show you this. Easy 20 Now. I've talked about this before, but like I said, I'm literally going to walk through the training on this video. So for the people that really could use this information, I'm going to literally show you. So you can spend the next hour absorbing all this information and seeing how maybe you might be able to use this and put yourself into this position at some point in the future. So I'm just putting everything out there so that people can know this stuff for free. So as you can see, type in EZ20 now, EZ20 now. And the first thing you get is a channel called EZ20 Now Today. You see here is 15 years old. And you scroll down the page here. You have more people 15 years ago, 15 years ago, 15 years ago, 14 years ago. Okay, and that's it. There's not a lot of these videos because most of those channels have either been deleted or the people who own those videos just, deleted them and moved on. But you still see a lot of them here, right? 14 years ago, EZ20 Now. So basically, I saw a video, somebody talking about this program, and it was basically $20 to join. You get a package of ebooks, and you get the resale rights. You get a website that they create for you. And I'm probably not going to find one here if I go clicking on, so I'm not even going to bother with that. I do know that some of them still exist. But the point was, you see here, everyone basically has a video that they posted to YouTube. And in the title of their video, they have the name EZ20 Now, right? EZ20 Now. So when people hear about the EZ20 Now program or products, they come to YouTube, they type it in, they search for EZ20 Now review or something like that. And based on the results that they get, they will decide in many cases to purchase the EZ20 Now package through somebody who they find on video who did a review on it. And that's what I did. So I did a review on EZ20 Now and somebody saw my video, they liked the video, and the next thing I know, I had $20 in my PayPal account and somebody purchased a product from me. And then I had 2 sales, 3 sales, and I made over $100. And I was like, okay, so this whole video review thing and affiliate link in the description thing definitely works because I've done it here. And now I see this is a way that I can make money online. I have people from different places, different countries buying from me. And it's all because I put a video on YouTube that people could find. And I just gave them the truth and, some information. So now the next program that I joined is probably not going to be here, but we'll skip that. So let's see. One of the other programs I wanted to show you is called the Dream Lifestyle System. All right. Now, when I moved into the Dream Lifestyle System, the reason was I was making $20 a sale with EZ20 Now. And those sales in EZ20 Now, they just really weren't adding up fast enough. $20 a sale. Let's see if I could find this here. Hang on one second, because I know I have the video, so I'm going to have to put review. I was only making $20 a sale, and I was like, okay, so this format works. The format definitely works. Post a video review about a company, put the title of the company or the product, put that name of the company or product in the title of the video, put the tags, put a description, get your affiliate link ready, and put that video on YouTube, right? Just upload it to your channel. And so as you can see here, once again, 14 years ago, this person, her name is Debbie Penner. She still has a video here after 14 years on a company that's no longer around. But you can see because she has the title Dream Lifestyle System Review, when I come here and type that information and search for it, her video is pretty much the first one to pop up. And not surprisingly, the next video pop up is mine. Dream Lifestyle System Review. Do you have successful people in your network? And the point about this here is that even though my eyes are closed, this is my video. So actually, let me open this up. And I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can see this video yourself if you ever want to see it. It's kind of interesting to see a video when I was 30 years old. Okay, so that's my old phone number, 917. And you can see that I have Call Ken. So the reason why I had Call Ken is because this is what's known as a call to action. This basically means that if somebody's watching your video, you have to direct them to what it is you want them to do next after they watch the video or while they're watching the video. So, and this is, like I said, this is taking all the training that I learned from my mentors and such. So basically what we wanted to start doing was using YouTube and using videos as a means of generating leads, which basically means someone who's interested in what we have to offer and what we're selling. We want those people to either reach out to us by text message, email, or a telephone call. So this right here is how I got started. Now, some of the old videos, remember, they're not here. A lot of them are deleted, but there's still a couple that you can see here that I was able to find on YouTube. And so, what happens is people want to call you. They want to ask questions. They want to find out, if the program is real, if it works. There's a lot of different things that people can ask, but for the most part, they just want to connect with someone. This way, if they do join the program, they're not completely left out there on their own and don't have anyone who's already in the company who can answer their questions if they run into a problem or just need some help, something like that. So putting the telephone number with your name is a very important part of it because it increases your responses because you're making yourself available and you're putting yourself out there to help people. So at this point, I don't know how much I was making. I may have been making like a couple of $1,000s a week. To be honest with you, I was making money, and I was really happy about it because I like I said, somebody else gave me the recommendation. I followed through on it, and all I kept doing was making progress and joining in different programs where I started to bump up the amount of money that I was making per sale, because now I was making $250 a sale in this program. So if I made like 4 sales in a week, I was pulling in like $1,000. All right. And that was, these were really cool times when I was in my beginning stage, because I knew that I figured out something that was working, and I wasn't the only person doing it, mind you, right? There was a lot of other people doing it, but I had my own unique way of doing it, and people were able to find my videos to the point where I was getting enough sales. So this video, as you can see, let's look at the description box. You see here, it's 14 years old. It has 96 views, and I'm not really sure what happened with this channel and the other videos, but I don't have access to it anymore, so I can't even go in and delete the videos or, update the descriptions. But this was one of my old websites. We'll talk about that later, but extraincomeschool.com, that was the website I created. And as you can see here, it says, call me at 917-426-2618, marketing mentor Kendall Johnson. And that's because I've been offering to mentor people for a very long time. All right, so that's another one. Now, I don't know, there's some other programs. I don't really want to get into all of them, but I will go into one more, because the next one that I got into is the one that really took me to the next level, and I have to share this story. So the name of the program was called LeadNet Pro, and I'm going to see if it comes up by keeping it all together with no spaces. And if you look up LeadNet Pro, you'll see the time, you'll see how long ago this was. This was 10 years ago. And as you can see here, the first video says LeadNet Pro in the title. The second video, LeadNet Pro, LeadNet Pro. Now, LeadNet Pro actually goes back 12 years as well. So LeadNet Pro was like a software that was created. And I forget who the guy was created it, but anyway, it was a software that was created. And by the time people started spreading the word and spreading the news about it, a lot of people wanted to get their hands on the software. And I think from what I remember, it was like $500, and you earned $300 per sale. So if you had someone purchase this from you for $500, you would get $300 of that sale. And also, the great thing about this was the first program that I started testing paid advertising. Now, the reason why I did paid advertising is because although YouTube itself works with just uploading videos, using paid advertising helps accelerate your business, because you're able to get more people to see you because you're paying for somebody to send you visitors to your website, right? So basically, I was using Google, and I'll show you exactly how that was in just a second. So I was able to achieve like $900 a day with this program. And so I was really proud of that. I was really happy because, like I said, I'm a new person using advertising for the very first time, paid advertising, and it worked out well to the point where I was making money that even in today's time would be an amazing amount of money for somebody who's just working from home, making videos, putting them up on YouTube, selling somebody else's product. Okay. So that was LeadNet Pro. This is the one that really broke me through. And if I can remember, what are the other programs that I also did that with? Actually, you know what? That was the one. Now, the only other thing that I sold, and let's see if they even have it here on YouTube, and then we'll move on to the next part of this video, was called Magnetic Money Miracle. That was the name of the program. All right. So you see here, the third video here says, don't buy Magnetic Money Miracle, Magnetic Money Miracle Scam Review Video. Now let's see if there's anything else. Magnetic Money Miracle. Let's see if there's a video that I look up. Let's say if I add in the word review, will I get any other videos, or will this be it? Magnetic Money Miracle Review. Okay, so we don't have any videos coming up for Magnetic Money Miracle Review. But as you can see, there is still a video here for Magnetic Money Miracle. So this person here, as you can see, 10 years ago, he had a video where he was using the keyword Magnetic Money Miracle, but he was saying don't buy Magnetic Money Miracle, which basically means he was reporting to tell people that it's a scam. And he was telling them basically, if you watch the video, I'm sure he was telling them to buy something else, because that's usually what people do. They'll use the name of a program that they know is going viral, that a lot of people are interested in and looking up, and then they'll say their reasons why they don't think it's a good program, and then they'll tell you another program that's an alternative that they do recommend. It's just one of those types of strategies that people use to get attention. Okay, it doesn't mean that Magnetic Money Miracle was a scam. It's just that if you put people in fear that it might be a scam who are looking it up before joining the program, they might want to watch this video just to see what it is you have to say, because if there's a really strong warning, somebody's probably going to listen to that warning. All right, so now the thing about Magnetic Money Miracle, this was the first program that I ever made a high ticket sale with. It was a high ticket program. The levels start at $500 and they go all the way up to like $10,000 or so. So I had ran a YouTube ad with this program. This was the first time I tried it. So I ran a YouTube ad, and the results was the first person who came in to call me from the YouTube ad joined at the $3,500 level. So after that happened, I was like, wow, this is amazing. I can't believe that was so easy. All I did was post a video. All I did was ask YouTube to promote the video, and I was able to find a new customer for a $3,500 product that I was selling. And that's it. That's how it all started. So this was a while ago, as you can see. You know, this was like 11, 12 years ago. And here we are in 2023, and a lot of things has changed. YouTube algorithm is different. YouTube ads system is way different. But the platform and the concepts are pretty much the same, which is basically you're in a program, you make a video, you use the name of the program or some of those types of terms in the title of the video. And when people come to YouTube, they will find your video. And if what you have to say or if the information you put here is interesting or if it's of any value to people, you have a potential chance of getting people to purchase that product from you, thanks to the fact that you have a video and they were able to find you here on YouTube. All right, so that works. So with that, let's just go ahead on to the next step and I'll show you what comes next. Okay, so we just spoke about how I was making money on YouTube for the very first time, and how I was, how I was doing it, how I was getting people to find me. So now let me talk about some of the things that I was doing differently from other people that was making me stand out from the competition, because as you know, there's competition, and a lot of times people ask questions. I see a lot of people marketing the same thing. Are you sure it's not saturated? Is there still room for other people to get in this and still make money? So basically what you need to do is you need to do something different. And so one of the ways that you can make yourself different from other people is to create your own website. So with creating my own website, I remember looking up how to buy a website or how to get a website from somewhere. And basically there are people that make what they call mini sites, M-I-N-I, mini sites. And you can go to one of these people. Matter of fact, let me look it up. But anyway, before I look it up, let me show you my current website today. So if you go to my website, makemoneywithken.com, this is where you'll see this. And it says affiliate marketing coach Ken in Orlando presents makemoneywithken.com, dedicated to helping you achieve financial independence. And some nice graphics. It's a really basic site. There's nothing too much about it. But I just have different pages here. So you have videos, team support, frequently asked questions, and contact. Contact is always important, as you know. Like I said, if you're going to be doing business with people, if you're in network marketing, people want to be able to reach out to somebody who can help them. And if you offer that service, you're simply just going to get more customers. Okay. So I utilize these websites to have a special design that has my picture on it. And basically what this does is brand yourself. Brand yourself basically means like everyone knows all the famous brands, especially fast food chains. Like everyone knows McDonald's if you mention them. Everyone knows Burger King if you mention them. And most people know KFC if you mention them, or Pizza Hut, Domino's. All those are different name brands. So when you're working online, one of the things you can do is create your own name brand, and you can use your name as your brand. Now you can always make up like some company name. However, for me, I always just lead with my own name, and I would put something in the title of my website that was relevant to my niche, which is making money online. So my name of my website today is Make Money with Ken. Now previously, like I showed you before, it was extraincomeschool.com, because that was a concept I came up with. But everything has always been about teaching people and sharing people what I learned that was helping me to become successful. So always go ahead and consider at some point getting your own website, because at the end of the day, if you want to be a business owner and you want people to take you seriously, they'll take you more seriously once you have your own website set up. Okay. It just makes you look professional. So there's not much more I need to say about that, but let me show you how you can find a place that does this. So I'm going to look up mini site design, and we're going to search this on Google. So I'm going to look for one of these places that I'm familiar with, because I know that they have a a catalog here where I can show you some examples of websites that have been made. Let's see. Cheap mini site. I think that's one of them. Let me click on this and see. Okay, cheap mini site. So we'll go here and click. The website here is cheapminisite.com. I'll link this below in the video, and I'll click here and look at portfolio so I can give you some examples of what are the websites that they've created for people. And I know there were one of these sites that I personally bought a website from that they had me in their portfolio, but I lost sight of it, either that or they completely went out of business and it's no longer online. But let me see. I don't think I'm going to find an example that's directly, but I got one here that looks pretty interesting. Let me click on this one here and see if I can get this to open up. Okay, so you see this one here that says presented by Johnny Baxter and Kathy Pleasance. Turbo traffic hits. Turbocharge your website traffic. So basically, like this person who, it says their name right there, Johnny Baxter. He came to this website. He looked at the different designs they had. He probably, paid a small price to have them design a website for him and basically gave them some idea of what it was he needed. So they made this design for him. They put this information, and in here in the center, this is basically where you just have to fill your content. But at least they give you the website structure and the design. So basically all you have to do is put whatever it is that you need to put on the site. But they do the difficult part and they'll design it. Let me see if I can find a better one. And then we'll move on to the next step after this, okay? But I'm just showing you, like I said, in this video, I'm going to make it long, but I'm going to put everything in here that could help a person to have all the steps they need to know what they should do if they really want to have a good website. This one here is the Resale Rights Handbook. Discover how you can profit big from resale rights, okay? So this person, whoever this was who asked them to design this web page, they wanted a website because they were going to sell something actually called the Resale Rights Handbook. That was probably what their product was called. So they needed a page in order to sell it. So they came here and asked them to do it. And as you can see, the content's not here. The content would have been on the real website. And at the bottom of the website, it says the Resale Rights Handbook. And that's pretty much it. So I won't say anything else. Let me see if I can find pricing. There's probably a pricing menu here. I just want to give you an idea what their current pricing is if it's on the website. But it looks like this is not one of those sites that provides pricing. They have you reach out to them if you want to get a quote. But that's the second thing. One of the other things is getting your website. So let me go ahead and see what's one of the things I did next. And we'll talk about that. So after you get a website, okay. So after you get a website, one of the things you're going to want is a domain name. So I already have this open. Let's go here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So once you have somebody set up a website address for you, a web design for you, if you decide to do this, you're going to need a website address. So my website address, I have several website addresses, but you want something that's going to be relevant to what you're doing. Now, the previous example I gave you was makemoneywithken.com. And of course, the reason for that is because I give people the option to work with me and make money with me in the different network marketing programs that I'm promoting or that I've promoted over the years. As you know, some network marketing programs come and go. So a lot of times you may have to change and join a different program because a program is no longer working or something happened with management and everything's starting to break down. So a lot of times you'll just be switching different things. But what you do is you come to GoDaddy.com. I'll also link this below. And once you have a kind of idea of like what you want to name your website, you just come here to GoDaddy and you type it in. So let's just say I'm going to give you an example that might be available. Make money with Brian. MakeMoneyWithBrian.com. Let's see if this is available. Let's see here. Make Money with Brian. Okay. It says here, MakeMoneyWithBrian.com is taken. So what that means is let's say your name is Brian and you wanted to use the name MakeMoneyWithBrian.com. Unfortunately, it's taken already. So there's nothing you can do with that. You have to come up with some other variation of this because these exact words, MakeMoneyWithBrian.com, is taken. Now you might be able to get MakeMoneyWithBrian.info, right? As you see here, MakeMoneyWithBrian.ai, MakeMoneyWithBrian.inc, MakeMoneyWithBrian.co. This one costs $1.99. MakeMoneyWithBrian.shop. That's $1.49 per year. But there's one major problem. One of my tips that I will give you is that whatever the website address that you decide to purchase, make sure that the main website address that you choose ends in .com. The reason why we use .com is because everyone knows of every website to be a .com. There's very few websites that use anything else. Some websites, of course, use .org, but when it comes to what people do on a regular basis, it's youtube.com, facebook.com, twitter.com, instagram.com, tiktok.com. Everything is .com. So to make sure that your potential customers are never confused, whenever you purchase a name, make sure you purchase and use the primary website .com ending. And so another thing that you can do, when you come here and you realize you found a name that's already been taken and used, there are some other suggestions that they usually give here, and you just have to do that. Go through the different suggestions. Like, look what this one has here, a suggestion. It says bigmoneywithbrian.com is available for $11.99 a year. And you have another one here. They're giving you ideas, right? This is kind of like a chat GPT, like assistance, like AI. So they're also telling you cashwithbrian.com is available for $11.99. And here's a really good one. If anyone, Brian, is watching this video who needs a domain name for a make money opportunity or business, getmoneywithbrian.com is available today for $11.99 for 1 year. So that's it. You get the idea. This was another thing, like I said. So as soon as you figure out what the name of the website you want is, you come here to GoDaddy, purchase it for at least 1 year. I won't get into details about the different additional options you can get, but the main thing you need is just the name .com. And it's not expensive. It's very affordable. But this is how you start setting up your business, so that when you have videos or other things and you want to send people to your website, you have a website address name that is yours and belongs to you, that you created. Now, once you have that set up, the next thing that you're going to need in most cases, like when you really want to get to the point where you're buying your own website design, like the one I just showed you, you're going to need a website hosting. Now, in order to get website hosting, the place that I use, that I found to be the most convenient, and I say convenient because for me it's rather easy to use. There's a very simple layout for the members area. I use HostGator. Now, I found out about HostGator simply because a lot of people around me were using HostGator, and I guess you could say it's well known, it's popular. They have their cute little mascot, which is this alligator here. So a lot of people hear about this. And another thing is the value is extremely strong. Let me see if I could show you some prices here real quick. Now, also with the HostGator, I'm going to provide you with an affiliate link that will get you a discount if you need hosting. I will also link that below in the description. And if this ever decides to load, we'll look at some pricing. However, I will say that I'm currently paying $12.95, I believe, per month. So this is another thing that's very affordable. You don't need to do this. Like I said, you don't need your own website if you don't want to have it. But if you want to do things professional, on a professional level, like if you really want to step yourself up to be like what other people do who are professional, who get professional type results, you will definitely want to get your own website address. You definitely want to have somebody design a website for you. And in order to do that, you will need to get hosting here. Okay, so this doesn't want to load, probably because I am, okay, here we go. All right, so they have 3 plans here. They have one called Hatchling. They have one called, let's see if I could close this. All right, so they're not going to let me close this out of my way. All right, so they have 3 plans here. This is ridiculous. They have 3 plans here. It's called Hatchling, Baby Plan, and all over here in the corner, you can see the other one is called Business Plan, okay? So Hatchling basically is like the cheapest plan possible. I don't know how much that is. It might be like $4 a month. I couldn't use that because it doesn't offer me enough options. But in the middle is a plan called the Baby Plan. And I've been using this one ever since I first started with my own websites. Matter of fact, I have several different websites and they're all hosted through one account on HostGator, which means I don't have to pay separately every time I have a new website. I have probably like 5 different websites right now, and they're all here in this one place, and I pay one price per month, which is about less than $13 per month before tax. Now, what happens is, first of all, you don't have to know how to create websites. You can always have somebody do that for you, and I'm going to show you that in the next step. So right here, but like I said, but the first thing you will need to do before you can get a website set up is you will have to have hosting, because this is going to be something that you own, and all of that stuff, you're going to be the one who holds the account information, the username, the password. That's going to be completely underneath your control because you're going to own the website. So like I said, link below. I highly recommend the baby plan. You can put many different websites in one plan without having to pay any extra. So the next thing I'm going to do is bring you to a website called, let me bring you to Fiverr.com, because I use Fiverr as well. So on Fiverr, let's say you wanted somebody to create content for your website. Like remember, we're getting somebody to design the website for us, but that means you still don't have information there. You still want to put some type of information about what your product or service is, or information about you. So if you don't know anything about how to add information and set up, a website design inside, how to personalize it, you basically can go to Fiverr and find someone. So let's look at, I'm going to type in website content. All right, and just search it, and then you'll start getting these results. On the top, you're going to get some of the most recommended people for this. And basically what you need to look for here is some people that are familiar possibly with what your field of expertise is, or what your niche is, like what industry you are looking to promote to. It's going to make a difference. So you just look around and basically, you start looking at the different prices. And obviously, if you see something that's out of your price range, you can just look past that and continue to look for something more in your price range. Also, you can go here and you can put in a budget. So if you want under $60, let's press under $60. And this will make sure that we just eliminate all of the listings that come up that start at higher than what your budget is. So one of the tips that I can give you for this website is that when you see these different ones that say, okay, this guy says, I will write professional content for your website. I will do website copywriting. There's going to be a couple of different styles of people that are going to be able to help you here. So there's going to be people that just write the content, and there's going to be people that actually will create the website for you. So it depends on how you want to pay. If you want to pay someone to do everything for you, which is create the content and upload it to your website, you have to make sure that you specifically look for somebody that says, I will, create a website. So for that, you probably want to go to create website. And from there, you can start looking through the listings, and you'll see people that are able to complete a website for you. And once again, pricing varies depending on what you want. Me personally, I can give you some personal recommendations on people who I've used in different places. But at the same time, like I said, this is just me introducing you to the different marketplaces that I've used that you can use to go and find people who can do these things at affordable prices for you. Another thing that I was just going to mention is that the way to find out which one of these people is probably good is that you go to their, you go look at these different options here, and you look and see how many reviews they have. So the first person here has 5-star reviews, and that's his average out of 315 customers. So 315 people have purchased this product from him. And for example, right next to him, he has somebody who has 4.9 average stars reviews, but she has over 1,000 customers, and her price is even $30 less, or at least it starts at $30 less, even though this here is for drop shipping. But you get the idea. Like I said, you just look at these different things, and when you find someone that has a good reviews and a decent price, and at least, hopefully a decent amount of customers before, this way you know that they have a reputation of doing good work, what you can do is you go here. I'll just click on this page, this advertisement for this job, this listing, and you'll go in here and you go down to their portfolio. Most of them have a portfolio, and you could watch some of their videos. They usually have an introduction, and you can skip down, and they're going to show you some of the pictures of the different websites that they've created for people. And so you might, you're just going to get examples to see what kind of work they do. This one, these are not really, oh, here we go, full screen. Well, that's not too big. But you get some idea of what kind of work they do. And I'm sure there's some other people here that have better pictures for you to see up more close as to what type of designs. But, these type of designs will work. And like I said, it just all depends on your budget. Now, as far as getting the best bang for your buck, getting the best deal is really going to come from whoever you're working with. So, I can't advise you. If I'm not working with you directly, I can't advise you specifically where to go, because I don't know what you're going to be promoting. I don't know what your business is about. I don't know what your budget is. But for people that I work directly with, of course, I would have recommendations on people that I personally use And I might even be able to do some of the work for you to help you out with that. But that right there is how to go ahead and get the content for your website. And so now you pretty much have all those pieces together. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is products that people want to buy. Let me go to Google. This is really when I wanted to discuss this. So one of the things that you want to do is you don't want to be selling stuff that you have to try to sell people on. You have to sell it to them. You got to make them buy it. You got to trick them. You got to convince them, stuff like that. That's not necessary, and that's not what works. All right, so you see I typed in direct mail MLM leads. This is what I'm looking to purchase, direct mail MLM leads, which basically means I'm in a multi-level marketing business and I'm looking for people who might be interested in joining a multi-level marketing business, and I want their names on peel and stick labels so I can send them postcards or flyers or something in the mail. So in order for searching that information to find out where I can buy some, I'm going to look up direct mail MLM leads and see who has them for sale. So this is a perfect example of how you can advertise your website. Right now, we've already spoke about in the last section how to set up your own website, how to get it created, different ways you can put that together. And at this point now, you want to get traffic or visitors to your website. Now, of course, we started this off talking about YouTube and saying that you can take your website address and you can plug it into the description of your video or in the comment section. And after a person watches a review, they can go directly to your website as long as you tell them to visit your website below. But another form of getting traffic, which I use, which I'm showing you here, which I'm going to tell a story, is PPC advertising, also known as pay-per-click. All right. And this is on Google. Now, there are different PPC networks. There's Bing and there's others. I don't recall the names. I've only really used Google, but there's a few of them that you can do paid advertising and pay-per-click. And basically what that means is your website will display. As you see, these three companies have websites display as soon as I get my results, and they're not paying. As of right now, these people are not paying for the ad to be here, right? Even though I see their ads here, it doesn't cost them anything. But as soon as I decide to click on one of these ads, whoever I click on is going to pay money for me clicking on the website, because now I'm on their website, I'm visiting their website, and I'm going to see the different products that they have. And that is an opportunity for them to get me as a customer to buy something from the website. So I'm going to take you to exactdata.com right now without clicking on their advertisement. Exactdata.com. So I want to show you the website without clicking their advertisement because they'll end up having to pay for that click. So when you come to exactdata.com, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see all of their stuff, consumer lists, business lists. You know, they sell mailing lists of all different varieties. And so if I truly knew what it was I was looking for and I was serious about buying something, I would be able to find it by searching throughout this website. And so this is one of the ways that Exact Data is getting traffic to their website and making themselves known in the marketplace. They know exactly what their potential customers are likely to be typing into the search bar on Google. And so they're willing to pay money to Google to have their website appear as the first advertisement, so that this way, like, let's say if 1,000 people come here and look for direct mail leads, for MLM leads, 1,000 people a day, they have 1,000 opportunities in order for people to see their website and click on their ad and potentially make a sale. Okay, so there's 3 different listings here. Now for me, what I was doing was, this is not really going to tell you much, but let's just say my company was called LeadNet Pro. LeadNet Pro. So I would, let's say if I was a customer and I came here because I heard about some software called LeadNet Pro, they would type it in and this is the results they would get. Like today, the results they would get, the first one says vanillasoft.com, leads and sales tracking software. All right. So now the name I typed in, LeadNet Pro, that's the name of an actual product and company. However, as you can see, regardless, this is a different company, vanillasoft.com. They're still using the LeadNet Pro name as a keyword because they figure that anyone who's interested in LeadNet Pro is somebody who might potentially be interested in what our business offers. So they're paying Google to have a position here for their website to be seen every time someone comes to Google and types in LeadNet Pro. So basically what I was doing, I used to sell LeadNet Pro and I was running an ad just like this here on Google. And so what would happen is a person would type in LeadNet Pro, my website would be the first one listed here. People would click on my website, they would get to my page, just like I showed you before with Make Money with Ken, And after they saw my own, all my information that I had there, a lot of people decided to purchase the product through me instead of someone else. All right. And we'll talk about that in maybe the next part. So that's it. This is pay-per-click advertising. It's not something for everyone. It's definitely for people that are, that have more of a budget and are they got themselves well put together. They know they're serious about what they're doing. They know that they have a good product that people want to buy. And so at that point, the only thing they need once they have a website set up is they need to attract people who are already in the market for what they're selling. So that's basically what the moral of the story was on how I began to talk about this, which is that you don't have to go there and try to sell people. You don't have to go out and try to sell people. The point is people already want to buy stuff and they already know exactly what it is they want to buy. So you just have to put an advertisement in front of those people who are already looking to buy something. And so basically the game is that the more people that you can get in front of, the more sales you're going to make. And one of the ways to get in front of people is to do paid advertising. And PPC, also known as pay-per-click advertising on Google, is one of the ways that you can be a person who's only been in business for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But if you have enough money to set up a Google Ads campaign and start running pay-per-click ads here, you can start getting traffic to your website within about 24 hours, as soon as you have your website up and running. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is bonuses. So let's go ahead and move into bonuses. All right, so now that we've just gone over one of the ways to get traffic to your website, and the reason why I use the example from PPC Google advertising is because I made a lot of money with that, and it's very targeted traffic. So you basically only have people coming to see your website that are interested in the product service that you are specifically marketing and that you have for sale. Okay, that's one of the best ways. It's not the cheapest way, but it's not cheap because it's quality and because it works. It's real. It's not fake, which reminds me of something else I want to talk about later in this video, which is good. All right, so now we're going to talk about bonuses, right? Once you've got all of those things kind of set up and you understand that, you want to have bonuses, and here's the reason why. There's a lot of competition in all different fields, in all different industries, right? Every day if you're watching commercials, you'll see fast food commercials where you'll have this one company has their new product, and then tomorrow you have the other company has their new product, and every other day there's a company going back and forth that's coming out with a brand new product to attract people to their store. And the same thing happens online. So no matter what you're doing, unless you have something that's special and unique that you're the only person who has it for sale, you're basically going to be competing with other people. And so one of the ways that you can get people to buy something from you instead of one of your competitors is to offer bonuses. So I'm going to use a real life example. In this case, I'm going to see if there's any videos still here from one of the other programs that I was involved with. And I'm going to explain, like I said, the story that relates to this on how I have experience in the early days when I was able to get some people to mentor me and teach me everything that I know. As a matter of fact, I'm going to transition from this part into everything that I learned from this person who was my first mentor that I chose to work with. All right, strategic relationship. I chose to work with this person because he was going to provide training. So Little Guy Network. The Little Guy Network is the name of the program that I joined back in the day. I don't remember what year, but we'll find out here by some of the videos that are still on YouTube. So let's type in enter. And let's see what we get. All right, so as you can see, this is 15 years ago. As I said, everything I'm telling you here is my life story. All right, and that's why I'm doing it this way, because I'm just trying to show you everything I'm explaining in this video is literally my personal experience. It's what I know. I'm giving you guys everything here. And okay, so the Little Guy Network 15 years ago. You have one here 14 years ago, 15 years ago. Let me see if I find anything else better or anybody else who I recognize. All right, here we go. So this works for me. All right. So I had told you before that I joined this program with a guy named David Wainwright, and David Wainwright was making $10,000 a week. So I said, this is the person who I want to sponsor me, and this is the person who I want to learn for. So let me go ahead and just open up this video so we can see it a little bit better here. Okay, now you see the poor quality of this video. This is just because it's so old and it was done on a poor quality camera, so it really didn't age well on YouTube. I'm sure it wasn't this bad back 15 years ago, but you know, look, okay. So back in the day, in 2008, which is the first year I got started, right? It's the first year I got started. That's when I joined this program. All right, Little Guy Network back in March 2008. March 13, 2008 is the day of this video. So as you can see, This guy, he was one of my sponsors. I chose to work with him in a different program because he was telling me, he was like, if you're somebody who wants to make money online and you want to know the secrets to making money online and you want to learn how to have people calling you with their credit card in hand, ready to buy whatever it is that you're offering, he's like, you might want to consider working with me in this program because I'll provide you with all of the training that you need in order to put you into a position where people can find you who are actually ready to buy something and they'll be willing and ready to buy it from you. That's what I learned from Artice. So I'm going to credit him to that. And I'm so happy. Like I said, all of these networking relationships that I made were as a result of YouTube. And so these guys were all marketing these programs. Now, with Artice, it works with both guys. So I'll use him for example because we actually have his channel and his video here. So like I said, what Artice said is that if you joined him in the program called the Little Guy Network, that what he would be willing to do is provide you with his training that he has already prepared for you on a training website where you could, at your own time, you could go through the training materials and learn the different things that he was doing in marketing that's working and bringing in sales. And going back to the original concept, this was a video reviewing a company called the Little Guy Network. The title of his video has the name of the company, Little Guy Network. And in the description, you can see here he had tags and keywords, which are all different variations of the phrase in the name Little Guy Network. Little Guy Network, the Little Guy Network Scam, the Little Guy Network Blog, the Little Guy Network Scam Review, and of course a couple of names of different related programs that possibly other people were looking up. And this video might get picked up when somebody else came in and looked for another program like Passport to Wealth. You might find this video pop up in the search. So that's the reason for that. So so that is a bonus, right? Because we're basically talking about bonuses. So with these people, the way they were doing it when I first got started, what I learned was they were offering training as a bonus. So if you join the Little Guy Network, it comes with its own products, right? And own information. But getting training from somebody specific like this guy or my other sponsor, David, this is unique to Artice, or the other training was unique to David. And so when you offer the training that is specifically your resources, your contacts, your private Rolodex of information and resources, your go-to places to get things that help you in your business, that is a bonus that you can offer. There's many different bonuses, but having a bonus, like I said, basically makes you different from everybody else who's marketing the program. And in this case, like I said, this is somebody who I did that with, and it was worth the money that I invested to join with them because I ended up learning a lot of stuff that was making me money. And what we're going to do now is start going into all of those different types of marketing that was working and bringing in sales. As of course, you already know YouTube is one of them. So let's talk about some of the other ones right now. All right, in order to do that, I'm going to go to YouTube and I'm going to type in, I'm not sure if this company is still around, but I'm going to tell you every different form of marketing that I was using that was working, getting me results, and explaining how. So if you type in on Google today, free press release, I'm sure some of you know what a press release is. For those of you who are not familiar or just want to know exactly what I mean, a press release is kind of like when somebody, like let's say there's a new program starting and it's called the Little Guy Network. So what will happen is the person who owns the program, the Little Guy Network, they're going to want to start getting the word out about their opportunity so that people can know to go ahead and get signed up and join and that sort of things and get the products. So a lot of times what they'll do is they'll go to a place that does press releases, which basically means it's kind of like a news story where you can write an article or write a press release. Article, press release are very similar. It's just content that's talking about your product or whatever special promotion type of thing is going on, which in this case is a grand opening of a company. In your case, it could just be a product that you have to offer that might be new to the market, or it might be on sale or something like that, or it might be something, special and unique. So you can do a free press release. So I learned this from one of my sponsors. So I'm going to share it with you here in this video because it works, and they're still around. So if you go type in free press release, you're going to get 3 advertisements for websites that do press releases: AccessWire, EIN Presswire, PR Newswire, and another one called IssueWire.com. And then you have others as you continue to go down the page. And so what would happen is there were some free places that you can go to, and they'll say, look, you see this one here, this is just like a blog. It says 7 best free press release distribution services, which basically means you can have someone write a press release story for your business, and then you can go to these different websites that allow you to submit press releases for free, and they will actually spread your content all around the internet. And it will also make your content appear on search engines like where we are right now. We're on the search engine, and I'm going to see if I can get you an example of that. Most likely it probably won't work, but let me go ahead and do it anyway, because I know one that might be available. So there was another program I was in called Independent Profit Center. All right, and I'm actually going to use quotations because I want to make sure they pull up anything specific for that. All right, let's see. Issue. Issue is not a press release, but let me see if I can find a press release website. All right, so there's no press release. Oh, here we go. All right, so this is the press release part, okay? So we just mentioned what is a press release. Now let me show you an example of a press release that I learned. I didn't learn, but I saw one of my competitors using. So you see right here, it says Independent Profit Center. And the website is called prlog.org, and let's click on it. Okay, so let's read the headline together. Independent Profit Center / IPC program for short. Blake McCullough and Russell Hopkins, top advisors. So I'm not going to read this, but let's just do one thing and let's look at the date. December 16th, 2008. Once again, like I said, I started in this industry in 2008, so I know a lot of these companies that I was starting to make money with. And when I learned all of the different marketing, it basically took place back in 2008. So these were one of my competitors who were also promoting the same program. And as you look down here, it's not very long. You see how short it is? This is a press release. And they also will put a link here to their website. As you can see down here, it says, right? Okay, so I'll read you exactly what it says. It says, if you want to explore the online business marketing or want to find a way out from your normal job, check Blake and Russell out at freebusinessmentor.net. Or they also had a link to their YouTube channel, youtube.com/Blake and Russell. And then last, they had their social media back in 2008, which was myspace.com/freebusinessmentor. Now, I'm actually going to pull one of these websites to see if they're still up. Matter of fact, I'm going to check both of them just for fun since we're here learning this stuff together. It's been a long time, so it would be interesting to see if this stuff is still online. So that was their MySpace. Let's pull their YouTube channel that they were promoting at this time. Most likely it's not there anymore, but let's open that and see. And we'll come back to one other link. What was it they had there? They had a website address called freebusinessmentor.net. Now from 2008, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm pretty sure that this website is probably no longer available. So let's just plug that in here into an open tab and see what comes up. All right, let's start with the first one. MySpace Free Business Mentor, right? So this was their MySpace page at the time. So is there any content here? No, there's no longer content. And the reason is, a lot of stuff got deleted from MySpace over the years, when they became obsolete. But originally, I'm sure they had some content here because I do remember back in the day, before there was Facebook, the same way people market on Facebook, they were marketing on MySpace because they had figured out that there were a lot of people here and they could make money because they can get views and traffic to their content. All right. So their MySpace page is still up here. You see right here, it says Blake McCullough and Russell Hopkins. There's even a photo here, which is no longer working. But, like I said, there's no longer content here. So this page pretty much, there's nothing here for me to show you other than the fact that it's still here. All right, so let's go to the next thing, which was their YouTube channel. All right, so their YouTube channel is still around. Let's look at the about, and this should tell us when this account was set up and created. So as you can see here, it says stats joined July 9th, 2008. The videos that remain on this channel have a total of 4,693 views over these years. And of course, here's a description, their bio, where they talk about their business and what their YouTube channel is all about. And if you click on the videos, you'll see what videos they still have here after all this time. So as you can see here, there's a video here for Independent Profit Center. The same here, the same here, the same here, the same here. It looks like every video on this channel is about the Independent Profit Center. And this is how people like me and others back in the day were. Look at all these videos of 14 years ago, right? These guys were successful. I will tell you that. They were successful in this program because I saw them show the proof. And so, like I said, everything I'm showing you here is the different ways that they were using the internet to direct traffic to their websites and to let people know that if they wanted to sign up for the program, they were available to help them get signed up and get started. And last, let's move over to the website address. And just as I expected, there's nothing to find here because it's been too long. They're no longer using the website address freebusinessmentor.net. And so that's no longer up. Okay. So the website is called eZine Articles. eZinearticles.com. And actually, let me see if I could look up one of the guys who I know so I can show you one of his articles. Okay, here we go. So you see eZinearticles.com. Here's the title. It says Jeff Paul's Shortcuts to Internet Millions Scam? Question mark. Jeff Paul exposed. So what would happen is, in a perfect scenario, someone would come to Google who heard about this thing called Jeff Paul's, or they would come here to look up something called Shortcuts to Internet Millions. That's probably the name of a product or a program. And Jeff Paul must be the person who was behind it. So this person, Aaron Johnson, wrote an article for a website and he posted it on eZinearticles.com. So what would happen is someone would come to Google. Matter of fact, we'll see. This might not work, but let's test it out. So let's go search for Internet Millions. No, let's look for Shortcuts to Internet Millions. Let's see if that happens to work. Shortcuts to Internet Millions. And let's look it up. All right, Shortcuts to Internet Millions. Let's continue to scroll down and see what we get here. I already see one result, but let's see. Okay, so the eZine Articles, I'm going to add one more keyword to see if we can get it to pop up here. Let's use the word scam, right? Because we know that was one of those words that he put in his article. Let's see if that works. Scam. We're searching now to see if we have any different other results for looking this keyword phrase up. Okay, so far, not yet, not yet. All right, so let me add one other keyword. Let's add the keyword exposed, because we know that was also used, exposed. And what do we get? Okay, so here we go. Now, obviously this works because I added a lot of keywords that are in that title, but you know, you have to realize this was probably a very long time ago and the algorithm has changed. But needless to say, back in those days, what happens is if you did an article on a popular website and you posted it, it will give you search engine ranking for your article. And when a person comes in to look up information about that keyword, shortcut to Internet Millions, the article would pop up just like it is here on the first page. And as you scroll down here, where were we? Let's see, did I pass it already or is it coming up? Let's go back, hold on. I think I skipped it. Here we go, right here. eZinearticles.com, Jeff Paul's Shortcuts to Millions Internet Million Scam, right? Click on it. And there you go, Aaron Johnson. Jeff Paul's Shortcut to Internet Million Scam, Jeff Paul exposed. So, you know, Aaron Johnson is not related to me. He has the same last name, Johnson. But I will tell you the story on how I give this guy credit right now. So first of all, this guy was a good internet marketer, Aaron Johnson. And so he did all the typical stuff. He had YouTube videos, he did pay-per-click, he did articles. I think he probably did press releases. And so he was aware of all of this stuff that, you know, the mentors before me had given to me in my training. And so you can see, you know, what happens is these articles get hundreds of views. Sometimes they can get thousands of views. As a matter of fact, there's some of these websites that will show you how many views an article. There we go, right here. Below here, it literally tells you that this has 415 words in the article, and this article has been viewed 1,776 times. So this is real. Like, you know, on YouTube, sometimes views are a little bit weird, but when it comes to clicks on an article, the clicks on an article are not going to register like this here unless somebody actually clicked on the article from either within this website or from one of the Google search engines or one of the search engines. So you can see now, for another thing I can say is that eZine Articles and writing articles is free. If you know how to write the article yourself, it doesn't cost you anything. You can post an article for free to the internet and you can get traffic. So as you can see, you see the date here. It says he joined December 2007. This is around the same time. And will it say anything about when he posted this article? Okay, so unfortunately, there's no date here. Oh, there it is right there. submitted on April 3rd, 2009. Okay, so this is still in that same era when I was doing this. And I'm going to continue one more thing to talk about Aaron Johnson and why I'm grateful for having him around me. And that's it. So this is an article that's been viewed almost 2,000 times. It doesn't cost anything for an article. So imagine how much traffic you get when you write an article. And the point is, the article is going to direct you to the person's website. So once again, at the end of the article here, it says to find out more about Aaron Johnson and Real Map Marketing, visit www.aaronsjohnson.com. So yes, he basically had about 1,800 people read this article. And at the end of the article, they were all directed to visit his website, which basically gives him traffic after they read this article because they want more information. The whole point of this article is to make a person want more information about something you're doing. And there at the end, you can direct them to your website, which they can just copy and paste here to your website. All right. So that was another one of my favorite ways. Now, the thing that I learned about Aaron, we were both in the program called Independent Profit Center. And Aaron was making videos showing the results he was getting. And I was like, man, I'm doing good. I'm making sales and $200, $250 commissions. But this other guy, Aaron Johnson, man, he's making a video every day or every other day showing how he's got sales. And I'm like, I wonder where he's getting this traffic from. And since he's my competition and I'm not directly related to him, he wasn't my sponsor. Obviously, your competition is not going to tell you your secrets and what you're doing and how you're getting a result. So I didn't bother asking him. But I remember one day looking up the company on the internet and I came across an advertisement and it was Aaron's website. And so I was like, hey, that's my competitor Aaron's, that's his website address. Oh, I said, okay. So no wonder he's getting all those sales. It must be coming from these Google ads. So I was like, I know where he's doing it now. I know what his secret is. I'm not going to copy him and do the same thing and compete with him because I'll give him that respect because it's not that serious. I don't want to go ahead and start competing with somebody else for the cost of the ads. But I said, I'll keep this in mind so that at some future later date, if I'm in another business opportunity and I need to use some different ways to do some advertising, I'm going to go ahead and try this because I know that it's working for this guy. I can basically see that he's getting traffic from here. It must be from his pay-per-click advertising campaigns. So like I said, it's part of network marketing. It's part of being involved with these programs. You start picking up things from other people and all this stuff still works today. Okay, so that's articles. Let's close this up and let's figure out what should be the next thing that I talk about. All right, so now we've gone over some of the basic stuff that I really enjoyed the most with the internet marketing side. Those are my favorite go-to places where I used to get leads, sales, and traffic from. I didn't really have 100 different things. There's also solo ads and different type of email marketing stuff, but that works for some people. It doesn't work for others. And it probably, most of the time it takes a lot of investment before you see results. So I just don't really mess with email marketing too much. But what I did was I started to learn about direct mail. So what I want to show you here is on my channel, you'll see that if you go back 5 or 6 months, the first day I set up a video here for the Crazy Cash mail order system was 6 months ago. And then after that, you'll see 5 months ago, I started posting these videos with these thumbnails. Now, needless to say, if you're going to post YouTube videos, the thumbnail of your video does help, and it does have a very big impact on how well your videos perform, because when people are on their YouTube homepage and they're scrolling along the page or they just open up the app, they're going to see some of the recommendations that YouTube puts on the homepage. And based on the quality of your thumbnail, some people will click your thumbnail or some people will just scroll past to another video. So having a pretty good, strong thumbnail is important. If you're if you're really good with technical stuff and you know how to do things online, you can go to a website called Canva where you can create your thumbnails. Otherwise, you can go to the website Fiverr, and let's just go ahead and do that. So for those of you who may not have the skills yet to do thumbnail creation, you can come to Fiverr and you can type in, I'll put a link for Fiverr as well. You put, let's see, you look for YouTube thumbnail, right? You see they already know what I'm going to look for. And you just look at here and you see if you find someone that makes thumbnails that maybe resemble the ones that you might be interested in getting for your own videos. And then of course you should look at the pricing. And so if you see something that looks like somebody who has the kind of skills that you're looking for, and like for example, this one right here, I would use this guy. Now it's a little bit extreme, but I have to say, these are the thumbnails that people are using these days. Sometimes it's simple that works. In other cases, it's the ones that really pop and have these really good designs. So if you look at this one here, yes, okay, this is clearly designed to promote this service. It's not really meant to be on YouTube, but you get the idea. You look here, you see different ones that work, that look good. And like this one here is not bad. Eye-catching YouTube thumbnail, clickbait thumbnail in 1 hour. And we're talking about $5 per thumbnail. So I'm going to open this real quick just to show you what it looks like to pay. So as you can see here, they have some samples of different thumbnail designs, and you could always use these as kind of like samples of like what different style that you would like them to make for yours, and they'll just make yours specifically unique based on whatever opportunity or program or thumbnail you need, or what information you need in it. And it says right here, okay, the basic package gets you 1 click-through rate boosting thumbnail, basically 1 thumbnail that will make more people click on your video. And it says, if you want to make yours in 1 hour, they charge you a $15 express fee. But if you just want 1 thumbnail, it looks like it's going to take 1 day for delivery. All right, for $5. So you have another one standard package, which gets you 2 thumbnails if you have 2 videos, or if you just want 2 thumbnails. And then also if you want 5, it's $25. So basically $5 each. That's a pretty good deal considering the quality that you see here. And as I said, if you're somebody who's not really into the technical stuff and you just want somebody else to do the work for you, those are affordable prices if you have money to invest in your business. And I highly recommend this because I've used these before. I make my thumbnails now, but I have tried this before and it did work out well for me. And it's one of the thumbnails that I have on one of my videos on the channel. So that's an easy one right there. That's important for YouTube. Now let's go back out and go back to where we are and continue. So once you have a thumbnail, you see in the videos, basically what I did was I made a series of videos where I was doing updates, monthly, daily, weekly updates. Every time that I had results with this program, I was putting it here. So you can see $700 day, 450, 450, 250, 250, 250, 450, 450, 450, 700, 450, 950, and let's see, 450, 900. Okay, so I was getting good results. And so basically what this means is that if I'm getting these kind of results, what does that tell you? That tells you I know what works. And if I was to share the information with you, what works, you can duplicate my results and have the same results. All right. And so that's what people want to see here with your videos. They want to see you show the proof. Now, in my case, since I know what works, I'm able to do this. For you, you have to plug into something that works first before you can actually tell people that you know something that works. You can't tell somebody something that works unless you personally have done it. So what I want to do now is show you where I got my leads from. I'm going to show you how I was able to get all of these results. Go to my YouTube channel. You'll see all these videos are still up there. Every single one of them. I'm going to show you where I got the names and addresses, because basically I had to mail out my flyers to people. And in mailing out my flyers, the people who were interested, once they sent back an order, I made a video, and that's where all of these videos come from. All right, so you can do the math and see how much I made in this time frame as I made all these videos. So let's go ahead and look at the place where I got the names from. So right here, I got them from a website called mycoopmail.com. I'll leave a link for this in the description below. And I'm going to show you there's 2 different types of leads that you can get here. So needless to say, there's a whole bunch of stuff here which explains everything about this company and the mailing list that they provide. So you read that information, you'll scroll down the page here, and you'll get to the first set of leads that they offer. And it says here that they're on sale for 50% off. And this is their pricing. So for 500 names, it's $90. For 1,000 names, it's $150. Now, I don't know how much you can afford. I don't know how many you need. But basically, if you need anywhere between 500 and 1,000, this is what you're going to pay. Now, these names are supposed to be people who have already purchased something in the make money from home category. So that's how you know who they are. But like I said, this is the place. These are the names that I bought. This is where you can get them from. There is no affiliate program. So if you just so happen to go here and order these names, the first thing I will say is buy them at your own risk, because we do have people that have had different results than me. And there are other people that have had better results than me. It depends on what you're promoting. It depends on what time of the year you're promoting it, because some people might see your offer today and might not be interested. And 2 months later, they might have been interested, right? So with mail order, it's a risky situation. You have to risk all of your money because you don't know what the results will be, and you don't know how long it's going to take for you to get the results. But this is the place where I got the names from. So those are the buyer leads here. They also have, if you scroll down the page, another set of leads that are cheaper. These are the business opportunity seeker leads, which means that we don't have proof that they purchased something. And as you can see, they cost less due to that fact, where for 500 names, it's $50. And for 1,000 names, it's $75. There's not much else for me to say. Like I said, take caution with this. You know, don't, I'm not telling you that you're going to get results from using this mailing list. I'm only telling you what I used and the results that I was getting, where they came from. So I can only recommend them in that sense, where for me, I was able to get results and I was happy with the results. And also, another thing about mentioning this lead source is I wouldn't have this source unless I was involved with network marketing. And so by being in a program and networking with other people, somebody shared this information with me. And once I tested it, I started getting results. And basically, I just kept using the same list month after month. And I shared it with a couple of other people. Well, actually, I shared it with everyone. And there's other people that have been using it that have been getting better results than me and worse results than me. All right. It works both ways. So I'm not guaranteeing anything by this. Now, so once I ordered my names, another thing that I had to order was my marketing materials. So my flyers and my postcards, they came from this guy named Billy Hayes. His website is printfounders.com. Now, I will say right now, he does not offer top-notch customer service. So I will tell you that from the start. The customer service is not the best. From what I understand from somebody else who I know, who I spoke to, some of the best customer service that you will find for printing materials and mailing materials is Vistaprint. So I highly recommend going to Vistaprint for postcards, flyers, and that sort of thing, because customer service is absolutely, from what I understand, it's excellent. Okay. I don't know. I think you can get someone on the phone there, but with Print Founders, you're not going to get somebody on the phone. So if you need to speak to somebody because that's what you like to do when you purchase products, I don't recommend using Print Founders. For me, I never spoke to him on the phone. All I did was go to the website, which I'm going to show you here in a second. And I just went to the category of what it is that I needed, which was postcards and flyers at time for myself and other people. And this is a very inexpensive place to get your stuff from. They're relatively good. I did order some postcards one time that took 2 weeks to show up. So I was very disappointed with that, because normally it takes about a week from here. But I must put that out there, is that I did wait 2 weeks, which is almost half of a month, just to get postcards to be able to send out. So the time that it takes you to get your materials varies. And usually when you do postcards and flyers, it could take between 1 to 2 weeks. I also bought my envelopes from here. So I'm going to show you that real quick. So let's look at shop. Now, mind you, as I'm making this video, this is my first time on this website, because this is a complete redesign, and they must have just updated this like a couple of weeks ago. So I don't know where everything is like I did before, because they just changed everything's location. So let me see if I can find some of the things that I used to be able to find here, or some of the things that I purchased. So let's see here. You know, this is really unusual. I don't know why it's like this. Let me see what else I got. Network marketing. That might be where I'm looking for the stuff here. 24/7 fast marketing, live good. All right. So a lot of the stuff that I used to buy is not here. I can't even find flyers. So let me go back to shop and make sure I didn't just miss it. Okay. Envelopes here. 6x9, 6x9, 6x9 envelopes. All right, yeah, so something's going on here. So I don't really recommend this website right now, because I can't find anything that I used to purchase from them, but I'll still give an example. So if I go into Live Good, let's click here and see what they have. Okay, there's nothing here right now. So they must still be working on this. If you need anything from this website, what I would recommend you do is you go here and let's see what else. Do they have a way to contact somebody? About us, contact us. Okay, so I will say that at the time of watching this video, the website is so new that they still have not finished updating all of the stuff that they have for sale, which is kind of disappointing, because I mean that I don't understand why they would put their website back up and not have products for sale that we need. None of the stuff that I used to order is shown here. But in the future, if you're seeing this video in the future after July 18th, I would definitely say give them a shot. Check out the website, printfounders.com, and see if they've updated the website to have all of the different marketing materials. The envelopes, flyers, and postcards we're able to order from here. I don't know what's going on with this or when they're going to fix this, but this was my go-to place. And like I said, if I had to choose another place, I would go to vistaprint.com. I will show you that since we had trouble finding anything here. It's already in my history. And so you just, once you have the design of the postcard that you need, you come to Vistaprint. And here in Postcards, you just select what size postcard you're looking for, whether you want a standard 4x6 or if you want a larger. And then you just, set the different parameters that you're looking for, standard paper, the quantity. So let's see how much 1,000 postcards would look like, what it costs. All right, 1,000 postcards. Do we get a price here? All right, so it's not going to register the postcard, but here we go. Starting at 1,000, starting at $99. Now the price is a little bit higher than what I'm used to paying, but I do know that I believe if you start going up in quantity, you'll start getting discounts. So let's see what happens if you order 2,000. All right, so you see now that if you go up to 2,000 postcards, the second 1,000 is only another $40 more, $41. So this place, the more you buy, the better you're going to get the pricing. But like I said, the customer service here is really good. All right, so that's it. We showed you the place where you got the leads from. I showed you the place where I used to get my marketing materials from. I showed you the backup source here, Vistaprint, where I would go to get marketing materials from today. And let's see, is there anything else that I need to mention in this video? I think I'm going to mention one other thing. So that's it for this video. The only other thing I want to mention is something that I saw earlier today, and that is you have to be aware of a lot of stuff like this where there's like, scams and stuff like that. So I'm not saying that this is a scam. I'm just saying this is highly suspect. So whenever you see something advertised like this in your email, like if you're on any email lists and you start getting stuff, you see here, it says in the headline of this email I got today, who wants to make $39,000 a month? And it says, all you have to do is join our team and plug into our monthly advertising co-op. We will place all the ads, answer all the questions, and then sign up people in your behalf. It's $100 a month for the monthly product purchase and $100 a month for the advertising co-op. So, okay, really $39,000 a month. What happens is I think people actually think that this is possible because they believe what they see, because they haven't experienced things yet enough to know that a lot of times when you see stuff like this, this is usually just false information or giving you a false idea of what's possible with the program. This is probably like in the most perfect scenario. And most of these programs, when they give you the compensation plan, you never can reach the perfect scenario, especially when we're talking about MLM and building downlines. But that's just a quick tip to end this video. I basically showed you most of the important stuff here. The only other thing that I didn't talk about is running like, other different forms of paid ads, but we can talk about that at a later time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. There's, a lot of good information in here. And, it really does matter what program that you get involved with. So if you have a program already, that's great. If you don't, you should be selective in the program that you choose. I personally recommend programs where you're going to make at least $1,000 a sale, because if you make $1,000 a sale, all it takes is one sale for you to make back the money that you had to spend for advertising and marketing materials and all that type of stuff. So if you can manage to get a few sales at $1,000 each or more in a commission, that's going to maintain you with a position where you can not only get into profit after expending all the initial costs, but you can also put yourself in a position where you might actually profit a few $1,000s a month. There was a video that I made last week where I made $3,000 last week, where I was giving people that information. So like I said, this is the ideal situation, which is to be making $1,000 per sale, because it pays you what you're worth. When you're doing internet marketing, or if you have a home-based business, you don't want to be working at minimum wage. I mean, the main reason why you want to get out of working a job is because you're not getting paid minimum wage. Most people are not working for minimum wage, but if you're working online and you're working for peanuts, like $20 a sale, $30 a sale, $100 a sale, you're basically working for peanuts and working at a minimum wage. So you basically want to step up because it's your choice. You don't have to wait for other people to tell you how much they're willing to pay you. It's not a job. You have to create the situation where you are in a position to receive a certain amount of money. So if you want to make $100 a sale, or if you want to make $1,000 a sale, it's literally a matter of choice. And that's what I highly recommend. It's just going to be worth your time. It's going to help you get further down the road faster. Okay, thanks for watching this video. Any questions, leave them below. There will be an update. I'm going to write down some ideas. Anything that I missed in this video, I'll go ahead and try to put up in the next video that we follow up with this. And so right now, you're not going to see many more videos about my programs on this channel. I'm pretty much going to come back and just drop golden nuggets like I did today, which is going to give you information to help you to get some ideas and, let you know what types of things have worked for me in the past so that you can, hopefully use some of these ideas for your own business. Okay? Thanks again for watching. This is Kendall Johnson, and I'll see you in the next video.